Shri Krishna, Shri Krishna, Shri Krishna, Shri Krishna. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Hari Om Tat Sat. Srimad Bhagavad Gita, Chapter 5, Sannyasa Yoga or Karma Sannyasa Yoga, the secret of renunciation of the action. In this chapter, Arjuna start asking a question. In the last class, we have seen the meaning of the 3 shlokas. I am just reminding. Arjuna asking the question, almost the same question. He had a doubt in his mind even after listening many times from the Lord, whether Karma Yoga is great or Gnana Yoga is great, or Karma Yoga doing is great or the Karma Sannyasam is great. So with this confusion, he is asking, you are praising, O Krishna, both this sannyasam and karma, renunciation of the karma and doing the karma, both you are praising. And I am not able to decide that now whether I have to renounce my karma and take the sannyasa or continue it. Because if that is the great and superior, why can't I take that? So you please decide and tell me clearly and without any duality, biasness. Bruhi sunishchitam, which is better, good for me. Then Lord said, Hey Arjuna, sannyasam and karma yoga, that means renunciation of the action and doing the action, both are good, both will lead to that nisreyasa moksha. But in that, I will tell you, particularly for you, karma, renunciation of the karma, then renunciation of the karma, doing the karma yoga is better for you. It is vishishyate. Now here onwards the words are changed and used by the Lord. Next shloka Lord says Sankhya, but Arjuna didn't ask about that question Sankhya. And here is sannyasam and karma yoga means it is just a karma yoga and gnana yoga. There is any choice in between these two? No. Or for the sadhana and sadhya also there is no choice. Sadhana is the karma yoga and sadhyam is the gnana yoga. Gnana yoga is the sadhana and moksha is the sadhyam. Then the job will get over. But along with this, we tried to understand actually what Lord is conveying through his changed words of the Sankhya and Karma, all these things. Finally, 2 things. One is, if the Karma Yoga is should be done, means he should be as a Grihastha or he can be as a Sannyasi also. I told in the last class, sannyasis also are having a prescribed karmas, and ignorant, both are ignorant only now in this stage. You take like that, because somebody has taken the sannyasa, we need not to consider or think that he is already raised the self. Later he may, in course of time, he will listen, follow the Gnana Yoga and realize the truth. But both are now in the, actually one is sannyasa ashrama and another is the Grihastha Ashrama. So I have given importance to you in the last class while explaining these words. Grihastha Ashrama is great or good, or Sannyas Ashrama is good or great. For that only Lord is answered in the second shloka, either you are in a sannyasa ashrama, either you are in a grihastha ashrama, both commonly should purify their mind with the prescribed karmas. So naturally, after purified the mind, then both will become the eligible to the jnana. So where you are, in which ashrama, which country you are belong to which gotra, which kula, are you a male or female, are you Indian or American, there is no any such differences. But this is the process, this is the way. Karma yoga should be done by both the sannyasi also. We are talking about the Vividhisa sannyasi, not the Vidva sannyasi. Then when they got purified their mind and they are qualified for the Jnanam and take up the Jnana Yoga intensely, totally, and with commitment, then attain the knowledge and the moksha. So this is said. And finally, that's why Lord in the third shloka said, it is altogether the management of raga dveshas. What is the cause of the ignorance, or which is the cause of the raga dvesha, or which is the cause of the samsara, which is the cause of the dukkha, moha, shoka? Ignorance. So that ignorance always create this raga dvesha in your actions. That actions done with raga dvesha creates the karma phala, and that karma phala to exhaust you have to again come and take the another body. So this cycle of birth and death happening because of the ignorance and karma janma. Ajnanam karma janma. Therefore, both either a grihastha or a sannyasi, you know really who is called sannyasi? Not in which ashrama stage or which dress he is wearing. Listen, in third shloka he said already, we read, who is na dveshti na kankshate, who doesn't have the raga dvesha, likes and dislikes when he is performing his actions, or he is not bound by any of these desire, like and dislike, are not binding him, and in that way he is whoever able to lead his life without a raga and dvesha, you consider him as the nitya sannyasi. Now, to not having raga dvesha, but generally we think that if he is a sannyasi, not having any family, not having any responsibility, now not much vyavahara, therefore he can maintain and practice the avoiding the raga dvesha, likes and dislikes. But for a grihastha, is it possible? Grihastha also it is possible, but put this as the bottom line for both either a grihastha or a sannyasi. The ashrama lifestyle may be different, but if anybody in any stage of these lives is able to management of raga dvesha, that is the main point. You be in a grihastha ashrama, learn to manage the raga dvesha. You are in the sannyasa ashrama, manage it. So altogether the real sannyasa means samyak nyasam, properly giving up. What to give up? Not the dress, not the family, not the possessions and relations. They may be there, they may not be there, but we give up the internal attachment, either hatred or aversion or the liking. So, na dveshti na kankshati. Now here the question will come generally for a grihasthas. Now keep this in the mind. If you read the Shankara Bhashya, Shankara always vote for the sannyasa and he sees all the Upanishad statements, everything like that. Nothing wrong, it's that is correct only. But Krishna has got so much concern for all of us who are all grihasthas, because majority are grihasthas. That's why in Jabali Upanishad, he gives a common statement. This is the common procedure good for everybody. First you enter into the brahmacharya ashrama, then enter into the grihastha ashrama, then enter into the vanaprastha ashrama, then into sannyasa ashrama. No problem. But be sure that you have to shift from one to the another according to your age and your work is completed. But if you are not ready for coming to the vanaprastha, even only living like a common normal grihastha until the death, that is not correct. If everybody follows this kind of procedure of the 4 ashrama dharmas, then everybody attains the nishreyasaha ultimately. So gneyaha nitya sannyas. The doubt is now for grihasthas, is it possible for a family man to be free from the likes and dislikes? Actually, there is no any person or a personality mind without the raga dveshas. Basically, by birth we are having that raga dvesha. Gradually they increase and develop. It is not so big thing. See, generally the person who born in the North India, he used to eat the only rotis. They like the wheat, the climate, the availability, everything. And the person who born in the South India have the inclination towards the eating rice. It suits to his body also. Now you cannot say and compel that this person also should eat only the chapati or that person has to eat only the rice, like that. If this person is not obsessed to that, but it is a kind of liking only. So the basic liking disliking means some kind of choice is always every one of us are having from the childhood for different things. So either food or clothing or any. Even you see the gods, all the gods of our Puranas are having the likes and dislikes. Otherwise, why Krishna has to like only the flute? Why Saraswati has to like only the veena and their dress and their vehicles also? Our Ganapati Vinayaka likes the mouse. See what a vehicle is selected. So like this, why means there is no question is why. It is a from the birth by nature that likes and dislikes are there for certain things. But now the question is, are you bound by any of these likes and dislikes? Or you get addicted to any of these likes and dislikes? Are you affected by these likes and dislikes in any way? So are they creating the cause misery, disturbance and the depression, sorrow or fear in you? For example, even many are addicted to take the coffee. So without the coffee the day cannot start for them. And if you become addict like that, then you have to be careful. Because one day if coffee is not there, also I can comfortably live. That is the thing. I adjust with some other thing, even any other food also. So if that is troubling me in the mind, then remember that is called attachment. So that should not be there. So for that, whether you are in a grihastha ashrama or in a sannyasa ashrama, how does it matter? Yes? That's why if maybe we get such kind of doubt, and Arjuna also may not able to understand when I am telling that whoever is free from the raga dvesha, he is the nitya sannyasi. Nitya means ever, now, now and here, ever, all the time. Nitya sannyasi means, actually we have to take that nitya word is he is a renounced person now itself. Nitya sannyasi. So, or nitya means permanent, actual, another meaning. Then second line Bhagavan tells that nirdvandvahi mahabaho. And whoever is free from the pairs of opposites, the pairs of complementaries. In the first line, Lord gave the one example of that pairs of complementaries or opposites only. Dveshti, who hates or who desires, that means likes and dislikes. So, likes and dislikes. And like that, Bhagavan commonly said one, and now nirdvanda. That person is called, actually, he is able to go with all pairs of complementaries which comes in the life. See here, try to understand clearly. Life means itself is a combination of the duality. That means pairs of complementaries. This whole world is made up of that complementaries of the opposites only. Sukham, Dukkham, Labham, Nashtam, near, distance, opposite, east, west, day, night. See, everything. Like, dislike, Jaya, Apajaya, all this whole world is full of, our life is full of this kind of pairs of opposites. So the pairs of opposites or the complementaries are dominating to conduct our life. Life means this too. Now, but here Bhagavan says, even though the dvandvas are all playing the role in this Prakriti world, in your body, in your mind, in the outer world, everywhere, but how you can keep yourself apart from these pairs of opposites, not get influenced by them, not giving much importance to them, trying to see them, they both are equal. That's why in little higher understanding, Vedanta says that in this world there is nothing 100% correct, and there is anything in this world 100% wrong. Because this wrong and right also is the pairs of complementaries. Good and bad also is a pairs of complementaries. Dharma, adharma also. That's why a real seeker of the truth, like Nachiketa, ask for, oh, teacher, Yamaraja, please teach me which is beyond the dharma, adharma. Anyatra dharmat, anyatra adharmat. There is anything truth beyond this? Or instead of all the time struggling in these pairs of opposites? Yes, is there. Your essential nature, your Swarupa is free from all these pairs of complementaries and raga, dveshas, everything. Recognized by a person, this is called nirdvandaha. Nirdvandaha. So Lord giving the definition for the first line. You know whom I am calling as a sannyasi, or scriptures calls who is free from the dvandvas. Again we will get doubt here. Sir, how it is possible? Now summer has come, summer you have to face. But go through the summer hot, or if you want use the fan or AC, but never complain about the climate, never give importance, this is all like that. It will be there few months and then it will go. Then winter will come. Dinayaminyo sayam pratah Sishiravasanto punarayatah Kala kridati gacchati ayuhu Tadapina munchati ashavayuhu Bhaja govindam. So nirdvandaha. Indeed, he, a Mahabaho, Arjuna, please try to understand, whoever is free from the pairs of opposites and just tolerating them, looking them as it is, never identify with them, never gives the so much importance to them. This is how the world is, this is how the life is, and such a person only, he is very quickly, shortly, easily sukham bandhat pramuchate. You will be liberated from the bondage. What? All these are all bondage only. So you conquer and learn and understand first here how to control the pairs of opposites and how I can stand apart from the pairs of opposites. Then everything is taken care of. Your mind, because raga dveshas are taken care. If the raga dveshas are taken care, your mind is pure. What is the meaning of purity of the mind? Pure mind, pure mind. A qualified mind for jnana. Nothing. This is only free from the likes and dislikes. Okay. But again we will ask a question, sir, without any liking and disliking, what the life is? The life will be very nothing. There is no charm in the life. Why not? How the jnanis are living? How much jnanis are having creativity, charm in the life, and able to inspire and change the lives of the people in the world? How many examples are there? We are seeing them. How they are able to do? So don't just simply think that without the likes and dislikes, what is the charm in the life? But Shastra says, if you develop and have more and more strong likes and dislikes, you are bound to become miserable, my dear. Then, so bandhat pramuchyate. So every one of our struggle is to get it off from the disturbance of the mind. Every one of our struggle is to get the permanent happiness, peace and security, PHS. But how I will get that? By understanding this. When I am keeping myself away, being indifferent to these pairs of complementaries, and easily that person is able to gain the knowledge. This is not the end. Now such a mind is available for understanding the teaching of the Upanishads, when about the Brahman, the nature of the self, and the explanation of the Mahavakya. So that person very easily gets liberated, becomes freed from the bondage. That means all his ignorance goes away, all his desires will go away, all his bondage, karma, everything goes away. Then he is a Jivan Muktaha. Now, after that, in the fourth shloka, Bhagavan tells that if not understanding this, Grihastha lifestyle is also good, Sannyasa lifestyle is good. Both can help a person to attain the Gnanam if they are doing their Swadharma. But in not understanding this, and the other people who talks, they both are different. This is great, this is not, that is lower. They are all like a childish talking. Sankhya Yoga Pruthak Balaha Pravadanti na Panditaha Ekamapyastita Samyag Ubhayor Vindate Phalam. Here see Bhagavan using the word Sankhya and Yoga. That means again Gnana Yoga and Karma Yoga, the general meaning. But we are taking mainly as a whether you are in a Grihastha ashrama or whether you are in a Sannyasa ashrama. And these two are, one is superior, one is lower, one is so great. If anybody thinks like these two are too different, two are too different. Okay. If you are not taking these two words Sankhya and Yoga as the Grihastha ashrama and Sannyasa ashrama, then it will become a problem. We should not say they are separate, Pruthak. Okay. If anybody tells that they are not separate, they are, if anybody says they are only a childish like talking, Balaha are foolish people. The Panditas, the wise people never say in that way, na pravadanti panditaha. A wise person who really understands anywhere, if I follow the instructions of the Shastra and if I do my Swadharma and simultaneously I will try for the Gnana also. That should be their motive, that should be the goal. Then you be in the Grihastha ashrama, continue your duties and walk in the path of Gnana Yoga. You be in the Sannyasa ashrama, continue your duties of the Sannyasa ashrama, and you also gain the knowledge and moksha. So never separate them. Okay, the Sankhya and Yoga. Or we can take in this way also. Unless you do the Karma Yoga, your mind won't get purified. Unless your mind get purified, you will never become a suitable fit person for the Gnanam. Qualification won't come to you. So in that way, how then you can separate them? Everybody has to go through these two, but one first, another is next. One is first, another is next. First, next means what? If I keep on do Karma Yoga and I need not to participate in any of the Gnana, no. Every day, at least weekly once like this, you must expose to yourself for Shravanam. That's why your family will continue, your office also will be there, your business will be there, but at least weekly once or twice, 1.5 hour like that, you give time for the Gnana Yajnam also. Then what will happen? Slowly, more and more maturity, more and more and Chitta Shuddhi, more and more understanding, more and more involvement will come in course of time. Gradually you spend a quantitative time and qualitative mind in the listening, understanding of the Shastra. So after telling like that, why I am telling 2-3 ways, because we should not have any doubt about this. What is the Sankhya and Yoga? Arjuna asked the sannyasa word, but Bhagavan didn't use that word sannyasa. But in the third sloka he said that, do you know who is the Nitya Sannyasi? Okay, the sannyasi word itself, immediately in our mind it will come for us, the Kashaya Vastradhari and Rudrakshamala and Mundanam or Jatadhari. That is one style of lifestyle, that's it. But where the mind stands, what mind, where the mind is roaming, what for the mind is working. That's why many times we say, even after you suppose take the outer external sannyasa, but you have no any guru, you have no inclination to read the Shastra, still you sit on the roadsides and smoke the cigarettes and take ganza and all that, alcohol, or you go to some punya kshetras and banks of the rivers and keep on begging, and you still indulge in the vyasanams, all kinds of, then that kind of sannyasa, wherever you are with the same dress, the mind is the culprit. That is not the correct way. If you are going for the changing of the traditional sannyasa ashrama, a formal sannyasa dharma, then naturally your inclination, your attention only to seek the knowledge. All other secondary or nil. If that is not keeping in the mind, but if anybody is only for the sake of the filling the belly and getting the money and all that, or constructing for some kind of social service, for social service you need not to take the sannyasa. There are so many grihasthas who are already doing this social service. If you are taken sannyasa, you must, that's why I told no, Shankara says that Gnanam sannyasa lakshanam. Either before taking the sannyasa or after taking the sannyasa, whether you are attained the knowledge or not, knowledge of the self, are you trying to seeking that knowledge or not? That can be done by the grihastha also. Anyhow, second line Bhagavan says, Ekamapi astitaha. Even one api astitaha, who is established in any one of them, it comes the meaning like that. Truly, ubhayoho vindate phalam. Both of them will get the same result, the fruit. Then it becomes a problem. If you take them as the karma yoga and if you take as the sanya gnana yoga, both will get the same phalam means, then it contradicts. So you have to understand carefully. That means whoever follows the karma yoga, in course of time, compulsorily, essentially they will become fit instruments for gnanam and they will work in the gnana yoga and they will get the moksha. So moksha is the ultimate. Whether you follow the karma yoga and slowly come into the gradual shift to the gnana yoga and then to moksha. But without gnana yoga, karma yoga cannot give the moksha. That's why what I told before, without the karma yoga, gnana yoga is impossible. Without gnana yoga, karma yoga is incomplete. Incomplete. Okay. So Bhagavan like that here, that means step by step both. Now let us take our meaning. Either you are a grihastha ashrama or you are in a sannyasa ashrama, both will try for the gnanam and attain the gnanam. To attain the gnanam, this ashrama is not a problem, provided you have to understand properly from your grihastha ashrama. If you are a retired stage, are you really leading? It is not a grihastha ashrama, it is a vanaprastha. But you are still in the griham only, because nowadays you cannot go, you need not to go to the forest or the vanam. Vanaprastha means vanam prati gacchati iti vanaprastham. Nowadays you can't go. It is not compulsory or necessary. Why you go there and torture yourself? Wherever you are, your house itself is the forest, house itself is the cave, that is the ashramam, temple. Only you have to change your attitude of the mind. Be with everything, but live without any attachment. Like the lotus leaf on the water, untouched. So that is the meaning. Ekamapi astitaha, samyak, properly, thoroughly. Okay? That means you have to strive here or there, anywhere. Then you will definitely attain the same result of that moksha, because through gnanam only. So after telling that, in the fifth shloka, Yat sankhya prapyate sthanam tad yogairapi gamyate ekam sankhancha yogancha yah pashyati sa pashyati. Almost again Bhagavan repeating the same thought with the different words. You see, Arjuna, which is told in the that Sankhyahi. Here Sankhyahi means by the sannyasi ashrama people or Gnanam yogis, the place attained by the sannyasis, okay, through Gnanam, that same goal is attained by the Grihasthas also through the Gnanam. But here word is used yogaihi, because yoga so far we talked mainly about the third chapter, fourth chapter is karma yoga, karma yoga, karma yoga. That means you have to keep remember all the time karma yoga, preparing the person and making his mind pure and eligible for gnanam. Through gnanam he will attain. So Sankhyahi also, that's why instead of those words, let us take sannyasis. In sannyasa ashrama dharma, what the people through the gnanam, what they get that goal, moksha, grihasthas are also can get the moksha through the gnanam. That is the meaning. In this way, who sees this grihastha-ashrama or sannyasa-ashrama, ultimately the Sankhya Yoga or Karma Yoga, both one after another helping and taking to the same goal, who sees in this way, ekam sankyam cha yogam cha, whoever sees the oneness and the connection between these two, or grihastha ashrama is also good, pure, sannyasa ashrama is also good. Whoever sees in this way, he is only really saw the thing in truth, in essential nature. Yah pashyati sapashyati. Whoever sees in this way, he is only really saw. Here see, saw means what? Who understands this oneness of, irrespective of the ashrama, varna, or irrespective of the gender, language. But if you are interested really mean business for seeking the paramarthika satyam truth, then you are on the right path. That is what Lord is saying here. Ekam sankhyancha yogancha yah pashyati sapashyati. He is only the real seer, properly really understood the thing. Instead of that, keep on getting confusion and keep on keeping the confusion in the mind because of that kind of worship, this kind of worship, following that path and this path. There are so many paths in the even bhakti also. There are so many paths in the yoga also. Different yogas, different paths of bhakti. Remember, all these things which are all talked under the yoga, which are all talked under the name of the bhakti, all they are come under the karma yoga only. Because ultimately what they do, yoga directly cannot give the gnana, never give. In the same way, any other branch of the knowledges also, they won't give the Atma Gnana. So all they prepare you, different kinds of bhakti. Now let us take in another sense, bhakti is generally normal at the base level. Bhakti means going to the temple now and then and doing puja to the Lord at our home, Ishta Devata, and lighting the lamp. All these kinds of is called bhakti. But in higher sense, you know, bhakti means total commitment, total dedication towards the cause. So, seeking for the moksha and commitment for the moksha So for that sake, I need to enter into the Gnana Yoga, because the Gnana Yoga is only the door to get the moksha. And who is having that commitment towards that goal, moksha, through Gnana, is called Bhakti. In one place, Shankara says, what is the meaning of Bhakti? Different acharyas, different paths, they will give Bhakti, different, even Narada gives the different definitions in his Narada Bhakti Sutras. But Shankara says one beautiful thing, Swarupa Anusandhanameva Bhakti Riti Bhakti Ityavidhiyate. Swaswarupa Anusandhanam. Inquiring about one's self. Engaging the mind in that path of enquiry, vicharana, Upanishad Gnanam, Shravana, Manana, Nididhyasana, doing, and Swaswarupa Anusandhanam. All the time remembering that Eka Nityasara Satya Vastu Aham, Aham Asangaha, Aham Shivaha, Aham Nirvikaraha, Aham Shuddhaha, Buddha, Muktaha. In that kind of commitment, constant engaging of the mind in that thought flow is called real bhakti. That only called as the para bhakti. All other things which are all talked in the Puranas or in the different way of expression of the bhava samadhis and different kinds of worships and singing, dancing and all that, they will come only at the lower lower level, but they are all helpful. One day or other they make the person to mature and come out of this saguna sakara upasana bhakti to nirguna nirakara gnanam. Nirguna nirakara, we can say bhakti also, commitment, attention towards it. After reaching to the nirguna nirakara gnanam or bhakti, that is called higher bhakti, para bhakti. Then you won't come down, you need not to come down. Yes, so in this way also bhakti, if at all you talk also. So this is called the real seer. Then after that, sixth shloka, Bhagavan says, Sanyasastu mahabaho dukkhamaptumayo gataha yoga yukto munir brahma nachirenadhigacchati. But anyhow, I will tell you, Arjuna, being 99% of the people are grihasthas in the world, and you are also presently, you are a grihastha with the children, grandchildren and all that, and a daughter-in-law, so most of us are grihastha. And in fact, a mahabaho, sannyasaha tu, without proper preparation and without proper purification of the mind, if you are entered into the sannyasa, it becomes a cause for the misery. It will gives you more misery. It is more strugglesome life. Dukkham aptum ayogataha. Without the proper qualification, if your sannyasa, ashrama, dharma, taking, it is not, that's why I told you, if it is not aimed for the gnanam, shastra study, shravana, manana, nididhyasana, if this is not the aim of a sannyasi ashrama, sannyasi, then it leads to a terrible problems. He becomes a problem to himself and he becomes a problem to the society also. That's why ayogataha, without qualification. Without qualification. So taking the sannyasa without the proper qualification, and it leads to dukkham. But if it is, you have a qualification, that means what qualification? You have done a karma yoga, you prepared, cleaned your mind from the raga dveshas, and you have now single pointedness because of your upasana yoga, and yoga yuktaha, who harmonized his inner equipment, the mind, made his mind, re-engineered his mind, made his mind receptive to dwell in the enquiry of the Upanishadic knowledge. Yoga yuktaha. He is called Munihi also. Munihi means Mauni. Munihi means who is internally Maunam, externally Maunam. Muni means who is now not interested of any worldly gains. Worldly gains, not only this world, Iha or Para, either this world or other world. He doesn't have any desire of gaining something in the relative world of either here or somewhere. He is called Muni. Or a person who is able to concentrate, contemplate on the teaching of the Upanishads, the Vedanta, is called Muni. And that Muni Adhigacchati Brahma na achirena, without any delay, quickly, in this life itself, he abides in his essential nature, which is called Brahman. That means self-knowledge. Abide in the self-knowledge, or the Gnana Nishtavan Bhavati. Achirena, without any delay. Nachirena means without any delay. Achirena, we can take like that. Nachirena, achirena. Quickly, that means in this life itself. That's why we say now and here. Now and here. You must be that much eager and curious, interested. Now and here. No posthumous things. After death you will go there, after death you will come here. I don't want all that. I must be able to abide in my own self. In spite of I have the equipment of the body-mind complex, I know very well where they stand, what is their limitations, and those limitations, limited things cannot dominate or disturb me, the unlimited consciousness, Brahma. Like this, very beautifully, Bhagavan explained Adhigacchati na chirena, achirena. Now, after telling that, Bhagavan giving a scheme of practice or the indicators of such a Gnani who attained his knowledge of the Brahman, his own self. So here, see, every chapter, now and then Bhagavan gives a list of step by step some indicators. These are the traits of that Gnani. These are the traits of that sannyasi. Okay? Why sannyasi? These are the traits of that grihastha Gnani or sannyasa Gnani. Both are one and the same. What Bhagavan says, Yoga yukto vishuddhatma vijitatma jitendriyaha sarva bhutatma bhutatma kurvannapi na lipyate. Again here, this is the secret of the renunciation of the action. These are the secrets of the karma sannyasa. These are the traits of the sthita prajna, the qualities of the sthita prajna. Sthita prajnasya lakshanani. Number one, yoga yuktaha. In third chapter also, this kind of everywhere Bhagavan keep on giving like this. Yoga yuktaha. Here yoga yuktaha means one meaning devoted to the path of action. That means he is swadharmam, doing with properly karma as karma yoga. You have to remember the 2 points. Doing the actions with the attitude of gratitude and with the attitude of offering, and taking the results of those actions as the prasada varam of the Lord. Yoga yuktaha. Or yoga yuktaha means, okay, that is correct. Or yoga yuktaha means who is focused his mind on me. Because in third chapter also 30th Sloka Bhagavan said, it is, see, without telling the bhakti word here, he tells the bhakti word precisely in the 12th chapter only, but that also is a gnani bhakti, not the lower bhakti. But here in between he hints that how in third chapter, if you recollect that shloka, Mai sarvani karmani sanyasyadhyatma chetasa Mayyeva mana adhasta. Like this, that is all talking about the bhakti. Whoever offer all his actions with proper understanding to me, in me, my sarvani karmani, my, then he is talking, you worship, you offer everything to me, you surrender to me. This is a bhakti only. Then nirashir nirmamo bhutva. So like this, again this kind of nirashi, nirmamaha, nirahankaraha, samadukka, sukakshami, santushta, satatam yogi. So many. Now and then he reminds the quality of that gnani, or whoever trying to establish in that gnana marga. These are all the things should be equipped, or these are all the things which you can see in the attained person. Yoga yuktaha and vishuddhatma. Because of this karma yoga involvement, all that, he become a very pure hearted person. Atma means here mind. Okay, Atma is always Shuddham only. Now here Vishuddhatma means whose mind is pure, whose mind is available for contemplation, whose mind is now not distracted or attracted by the worldly things and beings. Vishuddhatma. Naturally, he have the Vijitatma. Vishuddhatma, Vijitatma, who is having a perfect control on his mind, and automatically perfect control on his senses, Jitendriya. So, Indriya Nigraham, Damaha, Mano Nigraham, Kshamaha, and purity of the mind, free from the Nadveshtina Kankshati, okay, free from the Raga Dvesha, and well performing the karma as the yoga. And because of this, now his perception of the world around him is Sarva Bhutatma Bhutatma. One who realizes his self as the self of all beings. Sarvatra Samadarshanam. Okay, many times, many places it occurs in Gita also, and I quoted in Kaivalyam and Ishavashyam, many places. This is the one of the highest understanding. Other things all at the individual level. Saying I am not the body is okay. Saying I am the body, there is nothing wrong. But saying I am only this body, that is wrong. Then in that body, everybody also, I am only pervaded as the consciousness. If the space starts talking, okay, what space will tell? I am only in this hall also, I am only in that room also, I am only in that outside also, inside also, upside down, everywhere I am only. But what I am, not this ahankara pokey eye, not small pokey eye, crooked eye, but it is a capital I, original consciousness, Satchit Anandam. I am only, this all my vibhuti. I am only appearing as all. Okay, that is what Kaivalya Upanishad tells now. मय्येव सकलं जातं मयि सर्वं प्रतिष्ठितं मयि सर्वं लयं याति तद्ब्रह्माद्वयमस्म्यहम् सर्वभूतात्म भूतात्मा. The self of the every being is myself. Okay. Yastu sarvani bhutani atmanyevānupashyate सर्वभूतस्थमात्मानं ततो न विजुगुप्सते यस्मिन् यस्तु सर्वाणि भूतानि आत्मैवाभूद्विजानतः तत्र को मोहकः शोकः एकत्वमनुपश्यतः. ईशावास्यम. Like this, sarvabhutatma bhutat. Such a attitude, whose mind is filled with this kind of understanding, mind is pure, mind is under control, senses are controlled, and swadharma is done properly, and visualizing sarvam brahmamayam. Such a person, even though he do some actions in the material world, because still body is there, as long as this body is there, some action, okay, some action means what? He will do bad actions. Never. How such a person, Vishuddhatma, can do the adharmic actions? Never, impossible. But if any other actions he is doing, but that actions, good actions also makes him bind him, becomes a bondage for him? No, that is the secret here. Because of his jnanam, because of his disclaiming of his katrutva bhavana, doership and enjoyership, and claiming only his original essential nature is the non-doer, that knowledge alone makes him free. That's why kuruvannapi, even though he looks like doing, but never get tainted, na lipyate, never gets the bondage of it, never will be tainted. So like this, very beautifully Bhagavan slowly now in coming slokas he is going to go more deep with this sannyasa yogam or karma sannyasa yogam. Sannyasa means what? Karma only. But karma, even though doing, he is telling here, if the attitude behind the doing is in this way, and your knowledge, understanding in your intellect is this way, then you are not a binded person. You never come back again into this samsara and struggle like that. Bhagavan very beautifully says in this shloka. After so sannyasi, that day I told sannyasi also having some positive things and negative things. Ashramam, sannyasa ashramam also. Everywhere. Having a own house, if you ask somebody, they say is good. But you ask somebody, some people will say that no, better to be in the rented house. Who is saying own house is good? Because if I am in rented house, that fellow is occasional now and then he makes me to vacate all problem. But the person who is having again own house and supporting the rented house is good, because own house means I have a lot of responsibility. So everywhere you ask, some people will tell like this, some people will like that. In the same way, in sannyasa ashram also there are some difficulties, and in grihastha ashram also some difficulties. That means plus and minus will be there all the time. But only thing, you have to compromise and understanding and go. What is our destination? That must be clear. If that is clear, all these small things can be sorted out very easily. How to sort out, how to reach the destination, Lord will guide us. More we'll see in the next class. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om. Hari Om Tat Sat.